Hi, welcome to Suplex the Sticks, a gaming podcast hosted by David and Seth
Hi.
and Forrest.
Howdy.
Hello,
I have to lean so far to get over to this microphone.
everyone. We are in the stages of life where Digimon is back
It's true.
and more popular than ever. I waited until we were on the air to talk about this because we watched the Digimon trailer for the show before we started talking. Seth, did you know that the Digimon Time Stranger game had like 500,000 concurrents on Steam the other day?
Nice.
It was blowing up.
We'd love to see it.
We're thriving.
It
truly
truly seems to be a return to form after the experiment that was.
Digimon Survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite a
Well,
interesting game.
It was an experiment that even lost me a faithful.
Yeah, I played through it. It was. No need to relitigate it.
Yeah. But yeah, Digimon, I'm very excited. We haven't got to play the game yet. I actually found out that it wasn't on the Nintendo Switch, which I really...
What?
Yeah, it's not on it.
Wow.
I had thought it was going to be, and it's only on Xbox. I bet you they just didn't get a dev kit.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like something that would be on Switch. But
It does.
Who knows with Nintendo being reportedly stingy about who's being allowed to develop on the Switch 2.
Yeah. There's no telling. Don't cancel us, Nintendo. Maybe. That's fine.
I actually hear the Nintendo SWAT team busting down the door right now.
The Nintendo Swatch. Yes.
Jake, you owe me $2 trillion.
Just one brain cell pinging back and forth over here. Jeez.
That's a record.
Yeah. But we... I was about to say we've all been playing the same games, but Forrest has not been playing
true.
at all. But I beat, or at least I reached credits of Hollow Knight Silksong after 60 hours, and I hit 78% completion, which from what I've seen online, I think you can really only get around 80% completion with the first credits.
Which is interesting because usually with men it's either 0% or 100% completion.
Yeah, but these are bugs.
That's
That's
true.
And you play as a lady,
Lady Spider.
but not a ladybug. She is a lady spider named Hornet.
And she's got 2 legs.
Well, that is brought into question by the end of the game. But yes, she is.
Is her head a head or is it a mask?
It is a mask. There's a lot of lore behind the masks that bugs choose to wear. That covers up their true form or their visage, and their relationship to the void.
The void.
The lore is deep and weird. Yeah. So yeah, I think I understand we're pretty close to Silksong coming out,
Halloween.
but I do think that this is just a massive improvement on almost every front of Hollow Knight, and it's just takes the. It's easily in my top 3 or top 5 games I've ever played. Like, it is so good. It was so satisfying to beat.
Mm-hmm.
I am in Act 3 now, which I guess some spoilers. It's not really a spoiler. When you beat the game, you can choose to stop, but there is an Act 3 that you can unlock. It's sort of like any Souls game where there's multiple endings, and it just so happens that there's more gameplay to get the good ending after the bad ending.
Sure.
And I'm gonna eventually do that. Hades 2 decided to come out, but I already was making progress to getting to that true ending. I'm really excited to get to it. It is brutal, the stuff that I was trying. If there was ever a point where people have talked about how hard the base game is, they have not done any Act 3 stuff. It's pushing my limits, which I love. Because honestly, it's hilarious. I almost texted Seth about it when I beat it, just because it was a weird experience. The final boss honestly not betrays, but it doesn't feel like a final boss. It's just not that hard, and it's not a skill issue thing or a skill thing where I got really lucky, or like I just had a really good run. Like I've talked to 2 or 3 people that I know, like literally talked to them and was like, "What do you think of the final boss?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just kind of a pushover," and I think that that's there to give people a climactic feeling. And also signal to people, hey, this really isn't it. If you want to keep going, this is an ending, but it is not the ending.
A bit of a fake out.
Yeah, and so, I'm really happy. It turns out I did. You gain the ability to enter Act 3. I think you have to beat the game once, but I could be wrong. But I had every item and everything needed, basically, that I could get to enact Act 3 already. So it basically was, I had to do like 1 or 2 small things in areas that I could not get to before. And then, boom, I was there.
Much like the 3rd semester in Persona 5 Royal.
In what way?
I don't know, just that you have to do things and...
Yeah, to unlock it. I thought that was an amber lamps. It wasn't. So there's just a weird red light flashing. But yeah, I think that
called a ghost.
Hollow Knight Silksong
It's called
is
an orb.
Suplex certified easily. One of the best games I've ever played. I don't know if I feel right having Hollow Knight up there still. I'm going to swap them out and have one represent itself and the franchise, because it is building upon. It's not changing everything.
Hollow Knight walked so that Silksong could crawl.
On its legs. Like, yeah.
Because of bug.
Yeah.
Right, because of bug.
Yeah.
It's fair. You do a lot more jump in this game than you do in Hollow Knight. I
have noticed that.
They played, I feel like these people, Team Cherry, they were like, let's put some Celeste in here. And let's put, like, a bunch of other weird stuff in there. And there just is some Celeste platforming in this. It actually helped me. I don't know. I can't remember if we talked about this on the pod, but you've met my old coworker, Josh, my friend now, because we don't work together. He is my friend. He was like, man, there's this area called Mount Fay, and he's like, it took me like 2 hours to get through this Mount Fay area. And it took me maybe 15 minutes. But that's because it was a Celeste platforming area. And I was like, this is in my blood.
Yeah.
It was like reading a book of the old ways, and I'm like,
I trained for this before I even realized.
I'm Aslan, and I'm like, don't talk to me, witch. This is, I've got the old blood, and yeah, it was phenomenal. I was playing it, and I could like feel the meme of raising my hands and ascending. I was like, oh yeah, I'm here. It made me really sad there hasn't been another Celeste or anything from that team.
Well, they did cancel the game.
Right, they did.
Working on.
No.
Yeah, because
That's great.
they split up with someone, and it was a whole deal.
Dang.
And they don't know if they'll ever release another game. They've been pretty open about it on Twitter, and it's kind of sad. But
It's a bummer.
Celeste still exists.
It
And
does.
Celeste is great.
And Towerfall, technically.
Yeah,
If you wanted to play it for some reason.
I do have it on my Switch too, I think, for literally no reason. But other than that, I haven't really been playing much besides that and Hades 2. It's pretty hard when I put 60 hours into Silksong in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you really,
And then I
really took a big chunk of that.
I mean, I was going to bed at like 3 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Like literally every day.
It's hard to do.
It is, buddy. It led to a crash.
I did that, I don't think it was like 3 a.m., but I think one time last week I stayed up playing Hades 2 longer than I should have. And the next day at work, I was like, oh, man. Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
And I existed that way for 2 weeks, which was very detrimental to my health.
Mm-hmm.
And that included one lunch at work. I was so tired. I was playing Silksong and I didn't know my volume was on like 70%. And I had my AirPods in while watching Gravity Falls. So the whole lunchroom was hearing me play Silksong. Yeah. So glad to know that Hollow Knight has continued that tradition. If you want to know what I'm referring to, I'm sure at some point in this podcast I've told the story about me playing Hollow Knight on an airplane at full volume and not knowing it for an hour and a half easily.
Oh my God.
So everyone on that plane heard Hollow Knight noises, and no one told me. So
Normally a person hears the game they're playing.
I was watching
is
Transformers The Last Night to give you a glimpse in time.
Buddy, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I was playing Hollow Knight while watching it, so I was fine. But yeah.
Man.
But Hades 2 is the thing that Seth and I can talk about. Hades 2 has been phenomenal. I made major progress tonight, at least for me,
Major progress.
Yep.
because
I'm Sergeant.
Seth has beat the game 10 times probably. He's
What's something higher than progress?
Completion?
yeah, Sergeant.
Sergeant completion.
Yeah.
Like I use sergeant though, which is a lower rank.
Yeah. He's like, I'm staff sergeant completion. Just keep going
Corporal.
lower. Yeah. Airman. Like, I really only know the Air
Sergeant
Force
sounds
ranks.
like it's higher than major.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
I think military rank should be reorganized from least amount of letters to most of the amount of letters.
That's fun. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard because I also don't know how much I want to spoil Hades 2 for people, like certain bosses and stuff.
Well, here's what happens.
But Seth,
I can spoil every single
is it like Hades 1 where you have to beat it like 10 times to?
You do.
Okay. And you've done that.
I have done that. I earlier tonight reached the credits
Oh, nice.
after defeating
Oh, that's what you were
Kronos,
saying
yes,
earlier.
After
Okay.
defeating Kronos for the decisive time. I think.
Decisive.
I think you have to beat him 6 times, I believe.
Okay.
There are, of course, other things that you have to do.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, you can't just keep running into him single-mindedly without doing any of the other kind of side stuff with different characters.
The up stuff.
Yes, the up stuff, which is it's a different. I mean, it's different, but it's the same. In terms of like, you go in and you collect stuff and you fight bosses, and then you come back and you talk to people, and they will give you new stuff to do. But But I think the way that they have, I don't know, it's been so long since I played Hades. I don't totally remember the structure of how you unlock stuff in that to make the story progress. But the big difference is that because there are two different paths you can take, each outing means that there are two sort of insulated, not really insulated, but story paths that you have to do kind of concurrently.
So do you have to do the top one a certain amount of times also?
You do.
Okay.
Yes. In total, I think it is like probably like 10 completions, 10 like completed runs that you have to do in order to finish the story of the main game.
Nice. I have not completed one, so I'll get there.
You got close.
I did. Yeah.
It's interesting the ways that it's similar to the first one and the ways that it's different. I think for the most part, all of the bosses have kind of a very different kind of character to the bosses from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the first one, they felt more like they were all just sort of one-on-one duels for the most part, except for the 2-on-1. But the ones in this one feel a lot more kind of extravagant in terms of stuff that is the arenas that you fight in and all of the effects that are happening on the stage instead of a guy just like wailing on you with a stick or something. Which is neat, and all of them are sufficiently different from each other that it's like terrifying to run into a new boss.
Yeah.
Because one, it's you don't know any of its moves or patterns, and there's not really any kind of knowledge that you can bring in from fighting other bosses other than don't get hit. Which is essentially impossible.
Especially, it is weird to go from Silksong to this game because getting hit in Silksong is devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, it sucks, but you do have a larger health pool.
Yeah, and you'll get hit a lot.
And but it's so interesting the way that the correlation of the bosses, learning the bosses do match up in that like. And it's always my suggestion to people when they're playing Silksong or Hollow Knight is don't, when you first enter a boss fight, don't try to hit the boss. Just try not to get hit for a little while. And then you will naturally see where you can hit them.
Yeah.
But that also works for Hades, especially if I had been more patient, probably the first couple times I hit Cerberus, I would have gotten him down.
Yes. Spoiler alert from David. Cerberus is unfortunately a boss that you have to fight.
Yeah.
But he's fine. He's just playing, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also...
Just like in the first game.
It was interesting watching you play it because, like I could see my experience of like starting the bosses the first time. I think there's only one boss in the game that I beat the first time around. For the most part, I'd got like walloped over and over before I felt like I had the confidence and know-how of how to just like avoid getting creamed in order to figure out how to do enough damage to them to win those fights.
The only boss I did cream one on the first shot, and it was Polyphemus.
Yeah, he took me a couple tries just because, and part of it has to do with the weapons I was using.
Yeah.
Another big difference is that all the weapons you have in Hades 1 are sort of like archetypal weapons.
Yeah, the weapons are weird in this.
They make sort of intuitive sense of what they're gonna do. Like everyone knows what a sword does. You chop, everyone gets the idea of a spear that you poke and throw. Even the gun, it's like a gun. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense in context of the world, maybe, but it does make sense. And there's the shield in there, which is basically a Beyblade, and we all have a sort of intrinsic knowledge of how those work. It's in our bones. All of the weapons in this one are sort of, not all of them. There is one that's just a big axe, and it operates.
Thank God.
It operates the way a big axe would in any game.
Thank God.
And there is a set of daggers, which are kind of sort of standard quick attacks and throwing knives.
But I am bad at the daggers.
Yeah. But the other ones, it's like, they're just like magical artifacts that you just sort of like have to figure out what exactly you're doing with them. And they all sort of work in kind of, not unintuitive, but you do have to, like, there's no way to use like a giant flaming skull and be like, okay, I know what this is going to do and how it's going to work. You just have to sort of play around with it until you figure out a good way of doing it. And so I think that also plays a part in like the sort of, I think that, it's hard to say. I feel like the initial hump in this is, it's really hard. I don't know. I think it's harder the first time.
Your moveset is expanded.
Right.
And
you have a lot more stuff, a lot more things that you have to process.
You are juggling a second gauge as well as your combo. And so like it just takes a little bit to kind of get there with some of these weapons.
And none of the bosses are really super straightforward in what they do.
No.
And so I do think in that sense it is probably like I said, I think the initial hump to get over is higher than it was for Hades 1. Which I think is good. I think it needed to be. It couldn't just be the same kind of game. They had to. Mm-hmm. They needed to make everything intentionally feel different.
Yeah.
For it to be a worthwhile endeavor. But it's interesting. I think that I actually found Kronos, the final, the main antagonist. I found him to be a lot. He was never as intimidating a fight to me as Hades was.
Yeah, I mean, I got to second phase.
Yeah,
first try,
I think I beat him the second time I fought him. And yeah, with Hades, it took me so many tries to get past that second phase. He was a monster.
That second phase was the worst in Hades 1.
And even the final boss of the other route is quite intimidating. But he also has a very unique sort of battle situation that allows you to wail on him just without thinking a lot more. But he did take me a couple of tries to get... I mean, the first time I beat him was pure luck.
You said one time it took you like 7 of your revives.
Yes, the boss before the final boss in the top route is, oh my god, he's an absolute menace, and it did take me. I think the first time I beat him, I went through like 7 revives, just because I was just getting pummeled into the earth. And I think that the layouts of the biomes is a lot more varied, which is also interesting. I mean, it's all kind of in the end, it is all kind of the same stuff, but there are superficial differences. But there are different structures. There are enough different structures in the different biomes, and like you choosing where to go and what to do that makes it feel.
I don't know,
fresh.
man. That daggum water one has so many traps in it.
Yeah.
There's so many traps in the water one.
Yeah.
And like they definitely, whether it is like they do have some stylistic differences, which is fun. But yeah, it is all arena based.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think it becomes so the first time you beat Kronos, I believe, you get access to what are they called? The Oath of Shadow or something like that. It's like the packs of punishment from the first game where you can choose to add like difficulty modifiers.
right.
But it's more directed in this one in that you choose a certain level of modifier and then based on what weapon you have, it puts a target on a specific like area boss for you to get that reward. And so like it forces you, if you want this thing, you will have to use this specific weapon, which you may or may not be comfortable using. And you will have to raise the difficulty to a certain, and like each time you get it, the difficulty goes higher. And so it provides a bit of direction, like in the sort of second part of the game that I found was fun and sort of made me not sort of settle into, okay, this is what I'm good at, this is the combo I'm going to use. And because I was always upping the difficulty, essentially, it never became like too easy for me to do.
Yeah.
There was a couple times that I did, like, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of this because you'll find a challenge to go from start to finish with like a specific keepsake from a character, and sometimes some of those things are easier to do when you don't have to think about all of the extra added stuff. And there's a thing, I don't remember if it was in the first one, but you get access to like essentially one biome seeded challenge runs that you get to do, where you'll drop in with
Yeah.
a set amount of a specific weapon and a specific like keepsake and like a specific set of
Health
boons.
and magic and
Yeah, that you go in and it's like, all right, this is what you have, get to the end of it, those are fun little detours. And they are the rewards you get are very useful for upgrading all of the other countless stuff that you need.
the game does a great job of making sure that you're always kind of within reach of upgrading something.
Yeah, yep.
So it does feel like there's always some sort of progress happening, even when you're ending a run, which is great.
And there's a great little quality of life thing. So there are just every single biome has like 2 or 3 different unique collectibles that you can get that you then use to unlock weapon upgrades or new areas to go to or new stuff in the crossroads in your hub world. And there's a way that you can tag certain recipes as saying these are the things that I'm tracking. And so when you're in the game and you get to a choice of going to one of the 2 or 3 doors, it will put a little icon above one of them that says, in this room is one of those things that you need.
Yeah.
It's very useful. It's very helpful when you're like really trying to get something and you don't really know where it comes from, and it really just comes down to randomness whether or not it would be there. So that instead of you just going through these worlds specifically looking for a thing, you can go in and be on, and it will specifically tell you, hey, if you go in here, there's something you need in there, something that you're looking for, it's very useful. And also is fun because the recipes will show you stuff that you have no idea what it is, you have no idea where it comes from.
Yeah,
you have no idea how long you'll have to play for you to be able to get access to it, which is, on the one hand, incredibly frustrating, but it is sort of neat as you play through and you're like, okay, this wasn't here. Is it in the next area or was it here and I just didn't see it? It has this sort of little fun thing. And of course, the character interactions are once again top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Malinois has a very different personality than Zagreus did. Zagreus, who was incredibly affable and charming to basically everyone that he met in every single situation. Malinois is a bit different, and so I'm not going to say that I've disliked some of her character interactions, but a lot of them did not. Not a lot of them, but there have been times where they have not felt as sort of. Like natural to me as did with Zagreus. And look, we love Nemesis. And she's obviously very clearly the kind of rivals into lovers sort of stereotype. But every time I do it, I'm like, I just don't know about this. This just does not work for me. And there's other characters in the Crossroads that I don't actually think they are romances. I think they're more of deepening friendships, which is neat. And I think that wasn't really that much of it in Hades too.
Romance or
like just where the path, like giving the gifts to the people, only led to like strictly platonic relationship development with them. At least not major characters in the hub world. Usually with those, when you're developing those non-romantic partnerships, it's because they had specific romantic partnerships with other characters that you also had to develop relationships with.
they wouldn't let me fall in love with Than, so it was a bummer.
Yeah, they would.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did I not? How did I forget?
At one point, you literally get to have a threesome with Thanatos and Megara.
How did I not get that far?
I don't know, buddy.
Man.
Even I know about this.
I didn't get that far.
Yep.
Bummer.
Dang.
One thing I do regret is that I never finished Deuce's romance line in that one. Like, I got one away from it, and I just don't know why I never did it. I just never did. But, yeah, so there's one character in particular that I think the first time he shows up, it's clear. It's like, oh, there's some history with this guy and Malinois, and I can't wait to plumb those depths there. Yeah, but still, lots of good characters. Fun stuff. Fun stuff with the Greek gods.
Yeah. What's your favorite
My favorite what?
Greek god for this?
Oh. In terms of gameplay, I do often find myself gravitating towards like Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, and her fire powers, and also I rather like Aphrodite's stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I think like her ability makes it makes enemies weaker, and specifically she's got this one ability that, like, when you set down the cast, it sucks the enemies into the middle of it, lets you wail on them all at the same time. So I think that one's good.
I'm kind of with you. Hestia is mine, but Hera would be my second one.
And I really like Apollo sometimes, depending on the weapon, because his boons are all about making your attacks a lot bigger, and depending on what you're using, that can be very useful.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just sort of go based on vibes. Or like, who haven't I used that I want to get a dialogue from that I haven't talked to in a while?
Yeah.
It was really funny yesterday when I was playing. Like in Hades, the first one, you'll go into rooms where you'll be presented a choice of two gods to receive a boon from, and whoever you pick is very grateful, and then whoever you don't pick gets mad at you and says something and then starts to attack you, and you have to fight off a bunch of waves of enemies. But I was playing the other day, and it was Poseidon and, like, I don't know, it didn't really matter who it was, but I picked the non-Poseidon, and he was like, I swear, you never pick me. Every single time you do this, you ignore me. And I laughed and was like, you know what? He's right. I wonder if it actually is tracking that.
Oh,
it
definitely
knows that based on my
Very
choices.
likely.
It definitely is.
Yeah, very. It made me laugh. It was quite humorous. That's a. I know, David. We've talked about it. That's a thing in this game that I think is a big improvement on Hades. Is like, it feels like characters organically talk to you about, like, what you're doing, what you are equipped with, where you are in the story, who you have recently talked to. It's very cool. Like, there's a lot. It's a lot more of a web than like straight just progressing one dialogue line.
Yeah.
It's very neat.
Yeah.
But it's a good game. I very much have enjoyed my time with it. I wonder how much time I put into it. It's got to be an obscene amount of hours by now.
You hide your hours, so I can't see.
Yes, I don't want to be called out. I don't want
Publicly,
Yeah.
It's not called out. I think it's a badge. It's a badge of honor.
Yeah, but I don't want my badges to be
Honored.
displayed to other people. I'm not a Pokemon trainer at the moment.
When I see the 20 days I've put into Fortnite, it makes me think about things.
Now, see, the way you say that makes me think you don't consider it a badge of honor.
Yeah.
I you know,
Depends on the game, I guess.
depends on the
Right,
game.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm just not trying to put my details out in the open like that.
I literally put 2.5 days of real world time into Hollow Knight Silksong in 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
you know, you gotta be what you're about.
And I am, but that doesn't mean I want other people to know the intimate details of it.
I think the world needs to know
The
how
intimate
long you
details
spent
of how long you played a game.
on
Yeah.
Tetris 99. This is what you're
That's-
hiding.
Yeah, that actually is what he's hiding.
Look, I'm proud of that one for sure.
But
Although it has been a while since I've gotten a dub. Still have not got one with the Donkey Kong theme, which is unfortunate.
Sounds like you got to put in some more hours to it.
shame, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
do.
still have never ever gotten one. Even though there's been multiple times I'm 99% sure that I've won because I'm one of the last two and the other person died, but somehow I died first. Still,
Yep. Oh well.
That was a painful sigh.
I hate that game. I hate that game. No matter how good I've ever done on it, it
It always
Yeah.
burns you right at the end.
yeah. And I can be like locked in. It's just not going to happen. And I've come to terms with it.
But it still upsets you.
It does make me mad. But I've come to, like, it's not like I'm trying over and over and over again.
Right,
There was a time where, like, every night was like 2 hours of trying. And I just,
That's
I'm
tough.
done.
That's tough. I don't know what I would do if I played that long without getting a win.
I mean, listen, I am plenty good at video games. I've won. I win all the time at Fortnite. I would frequently get wins in Apex, multiple other video games. But
Just, for some reason, Tetris 99 never gave you the love.
yeah, I have beat Seth in Tetris at times when Puyo Puyo Tetris was out. But the Tetris 99 aspect, I read multiple guides on how to play it, and I still, for some reason, it's just in one ear and out. I'm like, I don't understand the badges and whatever, and
I've never read a guide
like,
about Tetris 99.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
read
yeah.
many guides.
Yes, of course.
but yeah,
Preferably, when I read a guide, I want to make sure it has a big ASCII art right at the beginning of it that
Yeah.
someone painstakingly designed.
yeah, that's when you know it's good.
It's a dying art. Yeah.
All right, Forrest, what did you play? That's old.
Yes. I've modded my PlayStation Vita, and in doing so, have been playing a lot of games, mainly Metal Gear Solid 1 and now 2.
I'm calling the police.
But not for you.
Not for me. And then I've also downloaded like Vagrant Story and the original release of Final Fantasy Tactics, because money means I can't buy the new release yet. Stuff like that.
I've heard I've read a couple things and like
I feel like if you can play the original version portably,
You don't really need the new version.
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
because they didn't HD 2D it. They just made it look nicer.
yeah.
So just you're fine. It's they changed almost nothing.
the one difference is they did make it. Well, not the one difference. I know there's probably a lot of differences.
Yeah.
But they did make it easier. They did make it so you could get Cloud a lot earlier,
Yes. Yeah.
which for some people is probably a big deal, including me.
I was about to say it would be
Yeah.
a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I have also been working my way through Hades 1 because I have never beaten a run of that game.
You
But
can
I
do it, man.
swear to God, I'm going to make it happen so that I can get on the 2 train.
What are you stuck on now?
It's that double fight in Elysium against the Minotaur and
Forrests. I love you.
I haven't been able to make it back to them yet since my second encounter with them, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Because
You really got to play it over and over and over.
yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I'm learning the game so well, and like I'm making good progress each time I play, but just not in regards to the actual like bosses. After a point, like it's like I'm trying to learn them, but at the same time, I just am so unfamiliar with them that I'm just getting trounced, and it's like it's overwhelming in that sense. But I know there are ways through, and I just need to be more observant before going in.
Yeah.
But
One thing I forgot to say this earlier. I don't know how I derailed my train of thought, but when I was watching you play earlier, David, I had this thought that
I'm an idiot.
no, it's that I see the way you were playing and you were fighting the bosses in a very cautious manner because you haven't played them enough to be comfortable fighting them, and it really reminded me of my experience with playing Neo 2.
Yes.
And I always bring everything back to Neo 2.
Of course.
But because it was just like interesting watching the way you're doing it. When I'm thinking about how I do it, I found that the way that I'm generally most successful in a bunch of these bosses is just being like way up close with the bosses,
yeah.
and doing as much damage as I can before getting out at like the last minute. Whereas you were sort of like circling around the outside, like sort of going in for the pokes when you can. And that just comes from knowing the patterns and having comfort fighting them. But it was interesting seeing it like from an outside perspective and the two, like the way that the natural way that you start learning something to where it is when you are like understand what you're going against.
Right. Especially because that was my second time fighting Polyphemus.
Yeah.
And I trounced him the first time, but that one, I got caught up on that one a little bit more. They threw some curveballs at me.
Yep. And I think that's with like a lot of Souls games. I think that is generally, as you come to learn the game, you'll find that being aggressive in a smart way is usually the best path.
It's usually
success.
the easiest way.
yep.
Unless it's Silksong.
Right.
Silksong really,
Yeah.
it does punish you for it, but that was what you did in Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
If you watch all the speedrunners, they are...
Yeah, and I
Like,
remember that one speed run of that boss fight where we were just
It like
in
breaks.
amazement
It
where
like breaks the enemy's AI
yeah, he
if
just,
you're
like,
aggressive.
stuck right up next to the enemy the whole time.
Yeah.
And Silksong punishes you
Oh, yeah.
aggressively for that.
The developers learned.
Yeah. They reward mobility and aggression, but
Yes.
mobility.
Like Mega Man 0.
But yes,
So
I
true.
think the same thing probably applies to Hades 1 in that You know, it's hard to do when you don't actually know what the bosses are doing.
Yeah.
It's hard to just say, okay, I'm just going to be aggressive.
And by the time you get to the bosses, sometimes you don't have like any health as it is, so it's like you don't
Right.
have much leeway to actually learn anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially against the freaking the bull and the jerk.
Yeah.
If
That's what I call
if
them.
you're just going up in their faces, you're gonna get beat down.
Yeah.
If you don't know what their attacks are. And if I played it now, I would probably also get beat down by all of the bosses in it.
No,
Except for maybe the Hydra.
the Hydra.
Yeah.
I think that one was always a win. I don't think I ever lost to that thing.
I'm very happy that I'm able to consistently, easily get past the Hydra. That was a big problem for me.
I'm
for a
not
long
sure
time.
I ever lost. I'm pretty sure I beat Hydra
I mean,
first try.
I definitely lost to the Hydra a few times. I know that I beat it the first time I went up against it, and then I think there were a few times subsequently where I lost to it, and I was like, man, what the heck?
What
This
is
was
going
so
on?
easy the
Yeah.
first time. But yeah, he's kind of a cakewalk.
Yeah,
Yeah. Agreed.
he's a pushover.
Yeah. And then I got a new computer at work, which is capable of playing some video games. So I've been trying around with my Xbox Game Pass, Play Anywhere, whatever crap, to try and figure out which games work on there.
Nice.
Expedition 33 at the lowest possible settings does not work.
Can you not stream it?
I can, but I don't have a direct plug-in to the internet.
You don't have to have one.
With the Wi-Fi there, I do.
You don't have to, but the results may vary.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been an experimentation.
Man, the
Not
timing in
entirely
that game.
successful.
Well, timing in that game will be wild.
Yeah.
They're adding more to that game, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I just saw that earlier today. That makes me very happy.
They're adding like a new area with new enemies and new bosses.
Yeah.
They're just like, thanks for playing. It's not even a
think
DLC. It's just more
Yeah.
game.
I think it's like celebrating like 5 million or something like that sales.
Yep, 5 million sales, and that doesn't even
5 million
count.
baguette sales.
And that doesn't
Yeah.
count Game Pass downloads.
Yeah, very true.
So
Yeah. Good game. Deserves it. Absolutely.
by the way, more games,
Agreed.
more
games.
game developers.
Yes,
Not saying
please.
that everyone needs to copy Silksong, but Team Cherry put a very sweet thank you in the credits for the patience and the excitement from their fan. Like it was just a very sweet note,
Yeah.
and I was like that. It felt nice,
That is nice.
especially since
Or you could do Nintendo
They-
and put no one's information in
Right.
the credits.
and they just say Nintendo made this. Nintendo,
Yeah.
we as a collective made this game. No one else.
Yeah.
Although pretty much every Nintendo game credits does say thank you for playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Always makes me smile, you know.
Thank you so much for playing on my game.
Do you think this
think
is
that
a
was
new
from 64,
Pikmin game?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it just because Nintendo bought that movie studio type thing a little
Yeah.
while back? Or are they just making new shorts?
I don't. It does not seem like a thing that they would do.
But they do let Miyamoto get away with anything with Pikmin.
Yeah, but pretty much all of the other weird stuff he's done in the past has been directly tied to there being a new game.
Jeff Grubb's giant brain idea is that this is just some weird marketing for Pikmin Bloom. This.
You know, it would line up.
It would-
What happens in
no.
that video. The weird thing is, they released this video called "Close to You,"
Close to you.
and it was basically like one of those Pixar shorts before
You.
the actual movie that
Yeah.
are just supposed to be like sweet and tug on your heartstrings, and not really have any kind of plot or anything. And what this one was a little baby in a room by itself when all of a sudden like its toys start moving around it.
Yep.
At kind of subtly at first, and then its pacifiers just starts floating around the room. and the baby's having a great time, and that was it. There was like no context. It was very strange. And there were pretty much immediately two circles of thought. One was that this was like a baby Rosalina, and they were doing like a Rosalina origin story, in preparation for the new Mario movie or whatever, or as a tie-in. And the other was that, oh, this is probably a Pikmin, because it seemed very obvious that it's Pikmin music playing the whole time.
Yeah.
Which it was. Like, I immediately noticed right at the beginning, oh yeah, that's like the theme from Pikmin 2 playing. But there were no Pikmin in it. It was weird. And then today they uploaded a new version and it has Pikmin in it, and they're just moving all the stuff around. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a new game, but it's also weird because we've never had Pikmin interact with people.
Except for in Pikmin Bloom,
Yeah.
the mobile
It was
game.
like pre-apocalypse.
Yeah, some people, some people I think I've seen on the internet are saying that Pikmin 4 exists in a different kind of timeline as the other ones.
Mm.
Like they went to a world that was very less clearly post-apocalyptic. Like you even go into an actual house in that one that still has electricity. So there's a thought that maybe that one takes place in a world where humans still exist. But I think it would be interesting. I think that would be like a sort of a natural way to do something new, is have them interact and have them exist in a world where there are people moving and they have to sort of stay away from them. I don't know. But I hope they put a Close to You Baby in the next Smash game.
This is next to Labo Kid.
Yeah, next to Labo Boy. The ultimate.
Labo's still not dead.
Not technically.
We're getting more.
I don't know about
Technically. We are. That's a kit for the Virtual Boy.
It's not really Labo, though. It's just cardboard.
It says called Labo. It's branded Labo.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Labo Virtual Boy glasses.
I'm pretty certain the people want to know.
David is, as we speak, he is on his phone searching vociferously in order to find this answer to the question of, is the upcoming cardboard box visor for the new Virtual Boy
no,
series?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I knew
It's
it.
just called Virtual Boy Cardboard Model.
It's a pretty bad name.
Yeah.
They should just call it
Virtual Boy
Labo Edition. Yeah. We have to start collecting, asking all the people on my family plan to pitch in for my
For your Virtual Boy.
for the $80 family sub that I share with like 10 people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
You're a real one for that,
Well,
by the way.
I'm pretty sure that both of you are on that. So,
yes,
true.
I'm thanking you
but
on the record.
still need. I was like, what cost could I cut? And I was like, well, that's going to renew in like 2 weeks, so I need to collect because
Fair.
there's 10 people on that bad boy.
Yeah, just get $8 from each person.
Yeah.
But
Practically free.
Yeah.
free brain surgery.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
I'm talking about.
Well, we got a concise episode today. Was there anything else we played? We played Borderlands 4. We forgot to-
Yeah, we have played
It's-
quite a bit of it, but also quite a little of it. It seems like.
it's really hard to tell.
It's a
We
very big
definitely
game.
cleared out almost all of the first third,
Yeah.
or the first quarter.
The first area.
Right.
It's hard to tell based on the map size, how big each area is,
Yes.
or how long it will take to play.
But we'll get to it.
But early returns are not too shabby.
Yep. I'm pretty sure we'll probably start playing it again here soon.
Yeah. We got sidetracked by Hades. At least I did.
And
Yeah.
I was also being sidetracked from Borderlands by Silksong. So
You've really been pulled in a lot of directions this last month alone for games.
yeah, man. I
You were
trying to finish
all over
up
the place in
the-
different genres.
the
and
Megazord
directions.
on Fortnite, and so I can have that in the future when I want to play on that. And I'm not gonna buy Jared Leto, but Tron Ares is in the shop. If the movie is good, I might go in and get him. So I just love Tron. I'm gonna like the movie. I'm gonna like it because it's Tron. I don't know what to tell everyone.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be more Tron, and I'm gonna be able to see light cycles. And
Yep, and we all know that what this is really leading to is Jared Leto as himself in Kingdom Hearts 4.
oh, that would
No.
be kind of rad.
No,
No, weird. I want to note, I think that Jared Leto is a deeply problematic individual at times.
That's why you always defend him.
He is a problematic fave, but I did read an article the other day that this movie would not really be happening without him. He basically he's producing it and petitioned Disney aggressively to bring back Tron, and is the reason that this movie got made, basically. And
I suppose
so
that's good.
you know, all you people, you're the worst person you like can be,
It can be right
can make a
occasionally.
good point. So,
That's true.
you know,
We'll give him kudos for that.
and critics are really
the
mid
brains
on
for
it, which
everything
means
else.
it's probably like an 8 or 9 out of 10, because critics were mid on Legacy, and that was like a 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's Tron, baby. We're back. And the 4Ks are on Disney Plus now.
That's true.
So, gotta go watch those. Maybe get Seth to watch the original finally.
I've seen the original.
I thought you hadn't.
No.
Who is
Watch
it?
the original.
Marianne hasn't
Play
seen the
Kingdom
original.
Hearts 2.
I've done that. I've done that.
Play Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop
I've
Distance.
done that.
Okay.
Play the PS3 game?
Have not. I played a little of that.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah.
Watch the Uprising TV show.
Oh, I've not.
Don't
watched
do
the
that.
Uprising,
Don't do that.
no.
It ends
It has
on a
Elijah
really
Wood.
yeah, but it ends. Disney gave
Does
up.
he wear wings
Disney-
in it?
Disney
No.
gave up on it,
Yeah,
and it
this
ends
is true.
really abruptly, and it's sad.
Yeah, they were originally going to make a movie
Wasn't
to
it-
follow up for it, and then that got canned.
Wasn't it pre-Legacy anyway?
No,
Or was it
it's. I think it is
post-Legacy?
post Legacy.
I think the release of it was post Legacy, but timeline
Right.
wise, it
Yeah,
was
I thought that the
pre-Legacy.
story happened before Legacy. But
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure it does.
But yeah, Tron time.
Yeah.
We are gearing up for it to be in Kingdom Hearts 4. It's going to be announced at the Game Awards while 9 Inch Nails is playing on stage.
Jared
It's going to
Leto-
That'd be
happen.
awesome.
It's going to happen and rule.
Jared Leto will come out method acting as Donald.
Jared Leto will come out in the suit. He's going to come out in the suit.
Yeah.
We are dangerously close to Jeff Keighley getting a. I mean, he had Harrison Ford last year. I was going to say like an actual celebrity.
We gotta hope for Jeff Bridges. That would be.
That would be
Yeah, that.
too cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saying actual celebrity does sound demeaning to what's his name?
Jared Leto?
No, that was the Twisted Metal guy. It's Captain
Anthony
America.
Mackie?
Yeah, he's big. He's big.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's Marvel Cinematic Universe big.
But he doesn't feel too big to be
Right, to be
bigger
part of
than the Game Awards.
Right.
Harrison Ford does.
Yes.
Although which is weird because he's made it abundantly clear at this
He
point in
doesn't
his career
care,
he
it's for
doesn't
money.
care.
Yeah.
He's doing all of it for money. That will just do whatever if it seems like it's fun for him to do.
Yeah. Which I respect.
Yeah.
People love that Twisted Metal season 2, and I haven't started it yet. But I like season 1. So, but all right. With that, we appreciate you listening as always, and we will talk to you later. Goodbye.
But See ya.